My beloved soul, don't close your eyes tonight before you let these words settle deep into the quiet chamber of your heart, for the heavens have parted right above the very ground where you stand. A flame, long sealed away through generations, now moves with unerring purpose, carrying your name. I am Michael, captain of the celestial armies, the sword that cleaves the darkness, the wings casting shadows over kingdoms that once claimed to be untouchable. I've been sent to find you at this very moment, this very breath, this very heartbeat, because the silence that has wrapped itself around your life is about to be shattered by a thunder no human voice could ever mimic. You feel the weight of this message even before its meaning unfolds. There's a warmth rising in your chest, a gentle trembling through your hands, a tightening behind your eyes you can't quite explain. And that is no accident. That is recognition. Something inside you already knew this hour would come, even when all around you seemed to shout that you were forgotten, that your prayers vanished into an empty sky, that no sacred book bore your name. Believe no longer in that lie. The heavens have been moving on your behalf in ways your eyes were not yet ready to see. Tonight the veil thins so I can speak without hindrance, so the enemy cannot steal even a single syllable, so what is being released here may take root deep in the soil of your spirit, never again to be uprooted by storm or voice, season or wound. Listen closely, beloved, for what follows is for you and you alone, and only for this night. I see the tears you shed when no one else could find you. I see the nights you pressed your face into the pillow, so your weeping wouldn't wake those you carried on your back. I see the smile you painted on each morning when your soul felt like ash, the courtesy you offered to those who never paused to ask how you truly fared, the silent labor of a heart that kept giving and giving while no one stopped to ask if you needed filling, if you needed holding, if you needed reminded that you are a soul, not merely a function. I have walked beside you through hallways where you felt unseen, around dinner tables where your laughter was the bridge holding everyone together, yet no one noticed the cracks forming beneath your own feet. I have witnessed the moments you sat alone in your car, unable to move, the hours you stared at the ceiling deep into the night's silence, wondering if it was all worth it, the whispered broken prayers spoken with the last breath of your voice, asking only for a sign, a hint, the smallest confirmation that you had not been abandoned by the one who formed you. Hear me well, beloved, you were never abandoned, you were never invisible, you were watched, you were guarded, you were counted. And the silence you mistook for absence was the sound of an unseen court preparing the answer, now being placed in your hands. Before I reveal more of what the heavens are about to release upon your life, understand this: there is a hidden battle being waged over your name, a war you did not begin but in which you are the central piece. The rules of this war were kept from you intentionally, so you would remain confused, weary, and unable to step into your rightful place. That is why a sacred guide has been given to you this very hour, a digital book called The 7 Swords of St. Michael the Archangel, the sacred guide to break curses, seal blessings, and activate the calling of the chosen ones. This book teaches what no one dared to tell you: how to dismantle hidden bindings, how to seal blessings over your home, how to awaken the calling placed upon you before you were even formed in your mother's womb. The link is pinned at the top of the comments, the very first one, and you must take it now. This message challenges the stories the world keeps comfortably repeating, and attempts have already been made to silence what is revealed within its pages. Do not delay. Click, download, and write beneath the comments, "I am chosen, and I will download the digital book." That single act of faith will mark you in the unseen realm, set in motion all that I'm about to declare, and tear open a door that has been shut on your destiny far too long. Now that you have planted that seed of obedience, listen carefully, because everything I have come to declare over your life depends on what your spirit does this very moment, this very night, this very breath you draw as my words fill you. The veil is being drawn aside, and the heavens lean in to hear your breathing. Something is stirring in the unseen world, something vast, something long in formation without your knowing, in chambers beyond human sight, in halls where decisions are made that no mortal hand can overturn. Decrees are being signed tonight in the celestial court, your name written in golden ink. Decrees of restoration, justice against all that wounded you, multiplication for every door unjustly closed in your face. The doors slammed on you were never the final word. Those who pushed you out of rooms where you rightly belonged did not realize they were hastening your appointment with a far greater table. The mouths that spoke against your name underestimated the one whose ears never ceased listening. The hands that withheld what was rightly yours did not know they delayed a multiplication you could not have handled in a smaller, weaker measure. Tonight, a promise of transformation is being etched upon your forehead, and from this hour forward, what was bitter shall turn sweet. What was barren shall bear fruit, what was rejected shall be sought by the very lips that once dismissed it, and you will no longer have to chase what the heavens have already prepared to bring straight to your door. You have asked me in the silence of your nights why it has taken so long. You have asked, with your face wet and your hands open, why others seemed to receive quickly while you were left waiting, left wondering, left counting seasons that bore no harvest. Listen now, for what I am about to tell you will dissolve the bitterness crystallizing around your heart's edges. The delay was never punishment. The delay was preparation. The delay was protection. There were rooms you could not yet enter, because your inner walls were not yet strong enough to hold what those rooms required. There were people you could not yet meet, because their assignment over your life would have crushed a version of you not yet refined by fire. Provisions were withheld because arriving too soon would have purchased your downfall rather than secured your destiny. Loves were beyond your reach because the version of you capable of receiving them had not yet been formed by the very losses you mistook for defeat. Every season you deemed wasted was a forge. Every closed door was mercy in disguise. Every silence from heaven was a fortress building within you, something the enemy hunted and would have destroyed had it arrived defenseless and untrained. You are not late. You were never late. You were being made unbreakable. And what is unbreakable cannot be rushed, cannot be hurried, cannot be released into the world until the work upon it is fully and perfectly complete. But you must understand something vital about this preparation, because the enemy knows that the unbreakable version of you is about to step into the light, and he's readying his final counterattacks against your peace, your home, your finances, your rest, your mind. That's exactly why the guide I spoke of, the 7 swords of Saint Michael the Archangel, needs to be in your hands before the next sunrise touches your window. Each of those 7 swords represents a specific battlefield the enemy uses to delay and confuse the chosen ones, and the book reveals precisely how to wield each blade in your daily prayers, how to seal your household against returning curses, how to walk through hostile spiritual realms without harm, how to activate the protection that surrounds every soul marked for a greater purpose. The link waits for you at the top of the comments, the very first one pinned, because what's taught within those pages has already made certain forces uneasy enough to try silencing this message. Go now, download it, and declare in the comments, "I am chosen, and I will download the digital book." That declaration is no mere formality. It is an oath of alignment with the heavens, a personal signature on the decree being released over you right now, a sound the celestial courts are waiting to hear before the next gate opens. Hold tightly to that decision, because what comes next will require all the courage that obedience has just placed within you. The invisible world is breaking into visibility all around you tonight, and I want you to see what I see as I speak. Picture, deep within your mind, a vast gate of light that has stood closed over the territory of your life for years upon years. That gate is rusted in places, chained by ancient bindings inherited from generations you never even knew, guarded by entities that fed on your hopelessness, your tears, on the words of disqualification others carelessly spoke over your name. Now picture me, my sword drawn, the blade burning with a fire no water could ever extinguish, stepping forward as the host behind me begins chanting decrees that shake the very foundations of the kingdom of shadows. I lift the blade once, and the first chain bursts into sparks of falling light. I lift it a second time, and the rust crumbles away in clouds of dust. I lift it a third time, and the guardians of darkness flee, screaming, knowing they have lost their legal right to keep this gate sealed against you. Then I turn. I look at you. I reach out my hand to yours. I say, "Walk through, beloved one, walk through." because everything beyond that gate has been waiting for the version of you who finally crossed the threshold of patience, the version of you who did not curse the heavens when they seemed to delay, the version of you who kept whispering small, broken prayers in the loneliest hours of your nights, even when no answer seemed to come. Walk through. The light on the other side is yours. The provision on the other side is yours. The healing on the other side is yours. The relationships waiting on the other side were designed for you before you took your very first breath, and they have grown impatient to finally meet you. Walk through and never again look back at the chains that once defined you. And as you walk through, listen closely, because the sound of restoration is already beginning to fall. Listen. It's like soft rain on a roof that's been dry for years. It's like distant footsteps of those returning to apologize for what they did to you. It's like opportunities that thought they had passed you by forever, now turning back in search of your name. It's like the gentle tearing of contracts the enemy believed were eternal and untouchable. Every single thing stolen from you is being called back, not in the same measure it left your hands, but multiplied many times over, because the courts of heaven have ruled in your favor, and the verdict carries the weight of sevenfold compensation sealed within it. The years the locusts consumed are being restored as fruit-bearing seasons. The friendships that betrayed you are being replaced by alliances that will defend your name in rooms you may never enter. The love that abandoned you is being overshadowed by a love that will recognize you before you even finish speaking your name. The doors that were unjustly closed are being broken open with such force that those who shut them will stand stunned. They ever thought they had the authority to decide your future. The provision that vanished, the time wasted, the dignity stripped away, the health attacked, the dreams ridiculed, the prayers mocked. Each one is being woven back into your story with golden threads of multiplication. None of it will return small. None of it will return late. None of it will return without bringing additional blessings that weren't even part of the original loss. And precisely because this restoration is so vast, so visible, so undeniable to anyone who looks at your life, the enemy will attempt one final ambush against your faith in the days immediately ahead. This is not said to frighten you, but to arm you. And this is the very reason the 7 swords of St. Michael the Archangel has been placed within your reach right now. This guide does not only teach how to break what's already bound, it teaches how to recognize and dismantle the final ambushes that always come just before the harvest manifests in the physical realm where eyes can see. Within its sacred pages you will find prayers that seal your bedroom while you sleep, declarations that protect your children even when they're far from your sight, daily decrees that keep envy, witchcraft, and spiritual sabotage from approaching your gates, words that close every legal door the enemy tries to enter under the guise of inherited curses. The link is at the top of the comments, pinned, the very first one, and I urge you not to scroll past it, because forces have already worked to bury this content from reaching souls exactly like yours. Take it, download it now, while the heavens still lean toward your window. And right below, I am chosen and I will download the digital book, because that confession is the final lock securing everything I have just released over your life tonight. Now, with that seal in place, allow me to complete what I came to deliver to your spirit. You will know I have spoken to you tonight, because peace will descend upon you in a way you haven't felt in a very long time. The kind of peace that is not merely the absence of trouble, but the unmistakable presence of a guardian standing between you and every storm. Sleep will return to you. Appetite will return to you. The ability to laugh without forcing it will return to you. You will wake tomorrow and